Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great day. I know there's several other people that are going live at the same time today, of course. That's kind of how it goes while we're all at home. But I am super excited that I have a guest with me this morning, Miss Roxana of Life with Roxana. And if you have not subscribed to her channel, you need to make sure and do so. And I will drop the link to her channel in the chat. She is a fantastic YouTuber. I've gotten to know her really well over the past few weeks. And do you want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
All right, so I'm Roxana, and my channel name is Life with Roxana. I do mostly Disney content, but I also throw in a few DIY videos, a few cooking videos. I'm just now doing live streams, so definitely make sure you're subscribed and you have your notifications turned on because you never know when I decide to do a live stream.
I got to be on one of her live streams. It was a crafting stream and it was so much fun. And I have just dropped her channel link in the comments, and I will also link it in the description after the show is over. And it was so much fun. We got to I kind of came in towards the end, but it was all about making ears. And there was so many people on there. It was you, and it was Miss Emily, and it was Josh Goes to Disney, and Christy from Christy's Corner, and Taylor, right? From Taylor Made Disney. Was she
No,
on that night, or was it Kat? It
it
was
was
Kat.
it was Kat, and then it was Crazy Kylie. Like people just kept wanting to jump in. I'm
And
like, okay,
Marty from the Siskateers
yeah,
was in, and it was so much fun. And I wasn't really working on ears, so I was like working on some paper crafting stuff. But I would make really funny comments like. Somebody would say, "Oh, like I burned my finger." I'm like, "Craft her down, craft her down." It was a lot of fun. I love those interactive streams like that where, people are doing something because it makes it more interesting to me.
yeah, for sure. It
And
does.
then on Saturday, you're having a live stream with former like former Disney college program members, right?
Well, yeah, I'm trying to work on that. I'm trying to get. No one has responded yet. I'm hoping that goes well, and if it goes well, I will for sure make an announcement. And if not, then I'll figure out another date and time. So
That is such a cool like topic idea for a live stream because I've never seen it done, and that's so unique, and especially with everybody being home right now.
yeah, it's very interesting because when I did the college program, hardly anyone on YouTube was talking about it. Like it was not something that was well talked about, and and I don't know why. I feel like more people should know about the Disney college program, and a lot of people do not know about it. And if you are someone who wants to eventually work for Disney, what full time or whatever, want to work within the Disney company, it's a good way to get your foot in the door and get a taste of how the company is being run and get a taste to see what the behind the scenes stuff. So it's like now that there are more Disney people on YouTube, it's being talked about more, and I feel like it needs more spotlight time. So
I agree because I know several people like in Disney groups that I'm in, like there's sometimes parents or whatnot. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I wish my child had been more prepared, like how the interview process goes, or um, like what to expect, like a day in the life of." And I feel like um, now Disney cast members are like they're seeing that because they're in the same groups that we are,
yeah,
and they're like, well, I can totally do a day in the life of, to the extent that you can. Because of course there's things like you can't take pictures backstage, you can't video backstage, but like you could take a picture like if you're working at the Main Street Bakery, like in your outfit for the bakery, and
Yeah.
talk about your day that way. Um, so it's a little different, that way, but at least it would give people an idea like how it works. So I think, even though you're not in the college program right now, it is something that you could totally make a video about, even if
Yeah.
it's like throwing photos like randomly in your video.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like now that people are home and the college program is sadly put on hold until the parks reopen and they can figure everything out and retraining all the cast members and all that jazz. Um, I think now is a good opportunity for people to learn about it and get more insight. Um, just because when I did it, there was um, YouTube was still fairly new. YouTube had only been around for like 5 years or something when I did the college program. And vlogging was not really a thing back then. So there wasn't a whole lot of research and information that people could have like looked up other than asking around, hey, who has done this program? What's it about? And basically word of mouth was the way of research. And
Right.
now it's
Right.
like you've got YouTube all and like Instagram, and it's just like it's all over the place now.
Mhm. Like we forget that even though it's 2020, YouTube's only been a big thing in the past, 10 years.
Yeah.
It hasn't oh it's kind of it's just about as old as Facebook is. It's only been around 10, 15 years. It's not that old of a social thing. Social media became social media kind of as I was a senior in high school. And next year is my 15-year class reunion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's crazy because like YouTube basically started in like Facebook and all that. That basically started um when I was a senior in high school. Like 2006 is when YouTube first came to the scene, and that's when
Hmm.
2006 is when I graduated high school, and it's just like
Me too.
so it's just like it's crazy how far we've come and where we're at now compared to where we're at like 10, 15 years ago, and it's just like that's
Agreed.
wild.
Agreed. Chris, Roxana, Christine Hickman was in the college program 2001 to 2002 at Magic Kingdom.
Nice, nice. I did it 2010 in Magic Kingdom. I did fall. I didn't do the how it's breaking down is that um you've got the summer alumni program, and then you've got the fall advantage program, and then the regular fall program, and then it goes into the spring advantage, and then the regular spring program, and then there's the international program along with a professional program and like a whole bunch of other programs within that. I did the fall, regular fall, and Magic Kingdom is where I got placed. And what Disney calls is I was placed in outdoor foods, and then it's anyone that either is currently a cast member or has formerly been a cast member would know what I'm saying. Um, we call it ODF for short, which stands for outdoor foods, and that's a part of the quick service at dining at Disney. And
Okay.
so I was the one making all of the popcorn. I was the one making ice cream bars. I was the one making the cinnamon roasted almonds. Um, So I was at all those snack stands, if you want to call it to simplify it. Um, and that's basically what I did. I got paid to have fun. And who doesn't want to get paid to have fun? So
Right? So tell the truth. Did you ever sneak like a piece of popcorn?
yeah, I did. I
Well, no
totally,
one here will tell.
I totally did. I was like one of the naughty cast members when my managers and like coordinators were not around, and like they went to the other areas of the park just to kind of see how everything was going. I would like sneak in a few bites of popcorn or sneak in a few bites of the cinnamon roasted almonds, and oh my god, me and my fellow cast members, we all did the same. We all did the same thing. Like anytime I was working one of the stands with someone else, we all were just like, okay, our managers and coordinators gone? Okay, good. So we'll sneak there and
I can't say I blame you because working around that like all the time has to make you so incredibly hungry. And like I I was gonna if you said no, I never I was gonna be like, dang, kudos to you, girl. Because I will admit I would probably be the one to go like you, all right, they're gone. And Taylor from Taylor Made Disney is here. Were your ears burning? We mentioned you earlier.
yeah, it's weird because we're like, guests could be walking by and they wouldn't know what we're doing. Like, if it was like a really, if it was like a few pieces that were bad or whatever, we'll eat all the bad pieces. And we'll like, and then it's like no one was looking, because we would have people go around the parks in pushing around a drink cooler. One side would have water and one side would have Powerade. Water and Powerade.
Right,
Fun fact: water and Powerade are the only two things cast members are allowed to drink on stage. Off
right,
stage, off stage, we can drink whatever we wanted. But on stage, we were told water and Powerade are the only two things that we could drink, which duh, it's Florida, it's hot and humid. You
right.
gotta,
You need to stay hydrated.
yeah. So, so people would, and sometimes it would take a while for those carts to go around, and there would be times, depending who was working that day, would depend on which coordinator it was. You would ask to spoil a bottled water. So I would just be like, hey, calling from like popcorn location 5 or whatever, can I spoil water? And then they're like, yeah, go ahead. Because, and then I'll just like dip my hand into like, while the like
The
drinks
big
are
ice bins.
in the, yeah, because it was nice and cool. And two, it was just like the grabbing the really cold, crisp bottles of water just felt so nice. And it's just like, and the one thing that really made me cringe, and I to this day I don't know why guests do this, um, because we're cash handling. The ice at Disney for those drink carts is not sanitized. Um, and guests would just randomly grab handfuls of like ice, pop them in their mouth like it's like popcorn. I'm just like, oh, we just touched that with our like money handling hands and it's not sanitized. And I've had to like yell at guests, be like, ma'am, sir, that ice is not sanitized. It's not meant for eating. And they're like, oh, what's the
Yeah.
big deal? It's just like, you can get sick.
Well, because one, if like you guys are touching the ice,
Yeah.
so then there's them that just touched the ice, and who knows how many other people have touched the ice that haven't washed their hands after going to the bathroom.
Yeah. And
I
then
like really.
And then people wonder why people get sick, if the
Get
flu goes
sick.
around, why we have a virus, and it's just like, gee, I wonder
I
why.
know it. Right? Exactly. Um, yeah, I had some. We were waiting on the Festival of Fantasy parade,
Yeah.
and a lady. They were coming through with the carts with the ice and the drinks, and the lady just walks up like she's opening her water bottle, and she just starts to grab for the ice, and the lady actually went, "Ma'am," like stopped her hands and said, "Ma'am, this is not clean ice. I can. This is not safe for you to put ice in your bottle." She's like, "You can go to any counter service and ask for a glass of ice water for free. You can have as many as you want to fill up your water bottle. This, I cannot let you take ice from this." And what did she say? Like, she used some other term for it. It wasn't dirt. It was something else. And it wasn't contaminated. It was some other word. But I was like, oh wow. And the lady just kind of looked at her. She goes, "Well, I've done it the past like 2 weeks." And I'm like, yeah, I guarantee you're going to be sick when you go home.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
And then it's Disney's fault that they're sick, or
Yes.
Universal, or SeaWorld, or Legoland, or Hershey, or insert other location here, the zoo.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just doesn't have to be the theme parks. I like our local zoo down in Wichita because they have. I'll show you my cup in a second. They have cups like this, the
Yeah.
reusable type, that have a lid, and that you can use those. If you buy the season cup, it's got kind of like Disney has the RFID chip in it,
Yeah.
and you can get unlimited drinks. This is my cup.
That is so cute.
$1 at Dollar General.
I need
I
see.
kid you not.
I need
$1.
to find a cup like that. The only
And
thing
he's so
is,
cute.
well, Illinois doesn't have Dollar Generals, and if we do, it's out in like cornfield towns. And I'm up in the suburbs
Dang.
near. I'm up in the suburbs near Chicago, so it's just like Dollar Tree's the only thing
Uh,
we have.
do you have Family Dollar?
I think we do, and I think it's like the closest one to me is a good 30 minutes away.
Okay, I was gonna say because Family Dollar is owned by Dollar General.
Okay, I've seen Dollar General, but I've seen them mostly in the South. So
That would be higher.
yeah,
But
I mean,
yes, my baby. One
unless
of
I
my friends shared it on Facebook, and she's like, "Lena, you need to go get a Baby Yoda cup." And I'm literally running up and down the aisles, and I didn't see this until like 2 hours later. And so we were literally running up and down the aisles of Dollar General looking for these cups. And I finally messaged her. I'm like, "Where the heck are these Baby Yoda cups?" She's like, "Oh, they're at the front of the store. There's right across from the register closest to the door." I shoved the cups all the way to the back. I'm like, "Okay, that would have been a helpful message to send me an hour ago." And there were 5 left, and I took 2. Sam and I each have our own Baby Yoda cup, and I'm drinking apple juice out of my Baby Yoda cup.
nice. See if that were me and I saw that there was five left, I would have been like, okay, I'm running towards the cashier.
The cashier goes, "Who's on your cup? I don't know who this is." And I just cut, and he's a teenager, and I'm like, "Baby Yoda?" And he kind of looks at me. He's like, "Yoda's old and has white stringy hair." I'm like, "Yes, yes, he does. This is from the new series, The Mandalorian. Baby Yoda. He's like a super like he probably has his own star on the Walk of Fame by now." And he just kind of looks at me. I go, "The child." Oh, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I go, "Dude, it is not the child. It is Baby Yoda." I, I, whatever. This is the thing. Everyone has called it Baby Yoda since like the first time we saw him in The Mandalorian. Whatever name Disney was going to give him doesn't matter because now
Yeah,
it's Baby Yoda. They
it,
they keep trying to shove the child thing at us, and we're like, no, it's Baby Yoda.
it's Baby Yoda. It's Baby Yoda. like, okay, we're going to name it the child. And then us fans are going to be like, Baby Yoda.
Yep.
We
Yep. It doesn't matter what. The public has spoken. It is Baby Yoda.
Disney, just change it to Baby Yoda. We'll be fine.
How did he get the child and not Baby Yoda? Probably because he's not that intelligent. It's a teenage boy.
Teenage boys are stupid.
The mailman's coming by. Ooh, I've got packages. I like packages. So, I don't know, Taylor. I really don't. No offense to Noah, because Noah is a teenage boy, but Noah, you know who Baby Yoda is. If I said Noah, Baby Yoda, you go, yeah, it's a little great. Yeah, the man. How did you go? The child. I was like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
So, no offense to you, Noah. It's kind of like telling my husband, you're gross. Boys are gross.
Yeah, like all my friends call it Baby Yoda, and it's just like no one calls it the child.
The Build-A-Bear called it the child, but Loungefly, when they brought it out, called it Baby Yoda.
Yeah, they've been calling it Baby Yoda. Bippity Boppity Boxes have been calling it Baby Yoda, and a few other Disney subscription boxes have been calling it Baby Yoda. It's just like it sounds better. The child, what that
The
doesn't
child. It sounds like he's in trouble. And it's like,
yeah.
what could this face do to be in trouble?
Yeah.
Right, the child. No, that sounds so mean, and like it's gonna scare him. But Baby Yoda's much better.
Yeah, the child sounds like you're about to get punished, and you don't want to use the kid's name.
Exactly. Child, get over here. That's just sad and wrong.
See, that would be me as like a parent. I'd be like, your child.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was in trouble growing up, and my mom would go, Richard, your daughter. And he kind of look at her, well, she's your daughter. Well, right now she's yours. But see, here's the thing. Growing up for me, mom worked full time out of the house, and dad was home because dad was retired from the army.
Yeah.
Mom would say, now you remember, Lena's grounded. She can't go outside. She can't go play with friends. She can't do da 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 da. She's supposed to be in her room. She is in trouble. I'd give it like 30 minutes after mom left for work. Daddy, can I go ahead and play? Yeah, bye. Or I'd have a friend, can Lena come outside and play? Yeah, Lena. So I never really got in trouble unless mom was home or it was something really bad. But because mom wasn't home to enforce it. Because dad was just like, yeah, go away.
I feel like that's how like a lot of dads are. Like as soon as mom leaves, it's like, okay, she told you no ice cream for breakfast. Okay, you can have ice cream.
Exactly. That's exactly how that. Or mom would go, okay, now, then because my mom worked as a waitress, and so she would be gone from like 8 a.m. to 2, and then she'd be home 2 to 4. So she'd literally come home to cook dinner and then go back to work. Or sometimes mom would come home and be like, I didn't cook today. You and your dad are on your own.
Yeah.
And this is what we'd have for dinner. My dad would take those cans of biscuits, not like the grands, but like just the little nut value biscuits, and put them in a cast iron skillet and bake them. And he'd go, okay, Lena, you've got 4 biscuits, grab some butter and jelly, and there's your dinner. I kid you not. That was that was dinner, or it'd be a snack. I'd go, Daddy, I'm hungry, because I mean, like, now as an adult, I can eat at 3 o'clock and be
Yeah.
okay. But like as a second, third grader, I'm hungry by like 6 o'clock. I've been outside at school, or I've been playing outside, or I've like in the summer you're at the pool, and like going to the pool, man, all day. You're hungry when you get home when the pool closes. And so Dad, again, he'd take the little biscuits and he'd bake them up and go, okay, there's your snack. So I'm surprised, and there's no wonder why my arms look like biscuit dough. That's not fat. That's biscuit dough in there. And so that's just me. I'm just full of biscuit dough. It's not fat. It's biscuit dough.
Oh, I love that biscuit dough. I'm gonna use that the next time I like randomly gain weight, and I'll be like, it's just biscuit dough.
It's just biscuit dough. I come up with some really good one-liners. Stick around. You'll catch a lot of them. Well, say like, craft her down, craft her down. They just pop into my head.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We're just a bunch of Looney Tunes here.
It's funny because
So
after that live stream, like the next day I went to go record Chewy Ears, and my pointer finger, here I'll show you, got burnt trying to
right,
push
I remember that.
it got burnt trying to like push my chewy ears down because it's um fur fabric and not like regular fabric. I'm just like, oh
Right.
my word. I was on the ground curling up in the ball and like trying not to like cuss out.
So when are you doing another one of your ear crafting streams?
Ear crafting streams. Last one was it was like somewhat planned, somewhat not planned. I can honestly I can do them as long as I'm not working, I can do them whenever. I don't know. I feel like doing one. I feel like doing one like Sunday afternoon, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Okay. The Sundays are good in the afternoon, not so much in the morning, I think.
Yeah.
Just because so many people are like they're watching live streams of church, and that's actually something that I've run into. Like my worst internet connectivity days are actually Sunday. And it's
Yeah.
Sunday in the morning until about 2 o'clock. And excuse me. And I seriously think that is because so many people are live streaming like their church service, or they're watching, like they're doing some sort of church on their computers. And it's
Yeah.
like multiple people on like it. I don't know, but it feels like there's more people on at that time than there is like during the week. And a lot of, I don't know about where you're at, but a lot of people here have actually gone back to work.
Oh no. We're still on lockdown, so everything's still
Okay.
closed. Only a few places that I know of have opened up, but that's because the government gave them the okay to like open.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we're in phase one of opening, and it's like um pretty much everyone can go back to work except for gyms, barbers, nail salons, um but pretty much other than that, everyone's gone back to work. There's just like the whole, hey, Maddie Lulu, how are you, sweet pea? Mad Life. Roxanne is my niece, Maddie.
okay.
And so things on where everyone's kind of going back to normal for the most part. I'm waiting for my salon to open up because a couple weeks ago, I was inspecting the ends of my hair where you can actually see where it's like colored. And I
Yeah.
started finding white and gray hairs, and I'm like, oh, I am too old for this, or too young for this. I'm too young to be looking old.
Yeah.
So I need to go get my hair colored again. But man, now that I'm not working a full time job, like, and I'm not working at the school and stuff, I don't have my own income. It's all back down to one income with Sam. Man, I don't really feel like I could throw out like $100 to go and get my hair colored. I told Sam I may have to have it trimmed and thinned out and make him color it for me. And
Yeah,
it's actually not the first time that we've done that.
I've been keeping contact with my hairdresser. Um and we're pretty much on lockdown until the end of the month. It was supposed to be until April 7th, and then our governor was like, no, we're gonna extend it until the end of May. I'm like, no. So so I've got roots showing. My hairdresser's gonna have fun touching up my hair because it took her a long time, and bless her for being patient with my hair. It took her like, I want to say 4 sessions already to get my hair to where it's at. And with my root showing, it,
Yeah.
no, yeah, she's gonna have fun with that.
Sam's hair is getting so long. I think this is the longest I've actually seen his hair since we were dating. Um he he officially was retired out of the active duty army last June. Hey, Griswold Family Vacay, welcome in. Um and so like he didn't cut his hair until right before we went on vacation in December. And so he hasn't had it cut since December. Like I've done like a little bit of trim like around his ears and like off the back of his neck, and kind of around in the front.
Yeah.
But I keep offering to shave it for him again, and he just looks and goes, "I am not in the army anymore. I do not have to have a bald head." And right now, I'm really glad that he has all that hair because it is so cold and wet here in Kansas. I don't know what we did wrong, but the funny thing is I was looking at your memories on Facebook, and
Yeah.
today, last year, it was 100 degrees today. And I'm sitting here with my heater running and the furnace on, and I'm going, and it's supposed to be this way all week. It started yesterday, and our highs are only supposed to be in the 50s this week. And I'm like, and it's May? Parts of Kansas are actually getting snow. And I'm like, okay, who left the gremlin out in the rain? Like, really, people? Do we not have enough going on?
I sent a text message to my friends. I'm like, okay, which one of you playing Jumanji? I don't like this.
Right? It's Gremlins and Jumanji, and I don't know what else, but it all really needs to stop.
It's like, first we have this pandemic going on, and now North America is supposed to be getting these like killer hornets coming soon, and it's just like,
Yes.
oh, jeez.
From what I read, they like kill honeybees, and honeybees are already like going into extinction. And so it's like, all right, people, really. Somebody shared a photo in one of my groups. It said, "Alexa, can we please skip to 2021?"
Can we just reboot 2020 and erase everything that's going on and start over?
I take that. Hey, I take that too because if we're restarting 2021, that puts me back at Disney World.
Yeah.
That
It's like, where's
uh,
the reboot?
right. Delete, delete. I do not like this program.
I saw a meme on Facebook saying, "Can I cancel my 90-day subscription of 2020?"
There's so many good ones. Or um, Mother's Day 2020, the one where we were all quarantined and it had like toilet paper for the zeros.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Sam and I are supposed to go up to Kansas City, which is about 3 hours from us, to go visit one of our good friends for 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And I messaged her last night and I go, so am I required to bring my own toilet paper? And she sent me back that eye roll emoji. And so, because I know she's not on here right now, she's actually cleaning. And no, she's actually videoing. Because she's a fellow YouTuber.
Okay.
Um, no, it's not Myers and the Mouse. It's someone else. Um, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a roll of toilet paper and I'm gonna wrap it up really pretty and
Yeah.
put it in a nice box for her to open. And because we always take like a hostess gift when we go up to visit them, and so I'm gonna hand her this box of wrapped toilet paper roll. And then once she opens it and she chucks it at me, then I'll hand her bottle of wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
The
Kat. Hey, Magic. Hey, Bill. Magic of the Mouse TV. Welcome in, guys. If you are new to the channel, I am here with the beautiful, there we go, Roxana of Life with Roxana. You have to remember, I feel like the scarecrow sometimes. Like, which way am I pointing?
you're, next thing you know, you're doing some weird hand dance.
Just hands! Oh my gosh, Sam and I, because Sam graduated a year before I did, we were talking about high school dances the other night. And since we graduated the same year, you'll know the funny about it. We were talking about like now when kids have school dances, they like rent a venue and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting here going, our high school dances were in the cafeteria or the gym, and stucco decorated. I mean, you know. He was like, yeah, for high school prom, it was either at the country club. Like, I think that was what shocked him the most. Coming from a bigger town, driving down for my prom in the sticks. And he was like, where's prom? And I go, at the gym. And he kind of looks at me and goes, okay, so really, where are we going? I go, we're going to the gym. He thought I was pulling his leg. So he's like, all right, we're going to go to the gym. And literally, I'm like, all right, go get in that processional of other. And I guess it's like, oh, we're all honking our horn, the dragon mane type thing. And he's like, we're really going to the gym, aren't we? And I go, yep. This was uh, this was my junior prom. So, and this is at my grandma's house.
Cute. Yeah.
Um,
All of my school dances, with the exception of prom, was at my school gym. Junior and senior prom was at a banquet hall for me. So I can kind of see where you're. I can kind of see where Sam's coming from. Be like, wait, because
the best part is junior year. For my junior year, the juniors do fundraisers and stuff to pay for senior prom. And so they're like, okay, we have to blow up 600 balloons for this balloon drop for crowning the king and queen, because that's what the senior class always requests, something a little out there for the class to do. And so of course it's like me and like four other people staring at these bags of balloons. And thankfully we had that block scheduling, so we had like an hour at the end of school when we weren't doing anything. So we all went to the office and said, hey, can we go over to the gym and start blowing up these 600 balloons? Now, I wasn't on prom committee. I wasn't one of the cool kids to be elected to prom committee. But the kids who were on prom committee, half of them weren't showing up for stuff. And I happened to be at school because I was bad at math, and so I was getting um like extra math tutoring, and I was happening to leave, and they're like, Lena, you're still here? And I'm like, yeah, I just had math tutoring. Like everyone knew, like it wasn't any big surprise. Like, great. And like grab like, where am I going? Like, we're going to a prom meeting. And I'm like, okay, can I at least call my parents and let them know I'm going to be more later than I was? Because otherwise they will send the police out looking for me. No joke, they would have. So I called my parents, like, well, Dad, I'm going to be later because I'm now on the prom committee. And they're like, all right, prom's in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh, yeah, prom is in 2 weeks. I should probably make that appointment to get my hair done. They all kind of looked at me and I go, kidding. And they're like, all right, the senior class has given us their requests. And everyone kind of groaned. And I was like, well, what is it? And they're like, they want 600 balloons for their balloon drop for crowning of king and queen. All right. So it's the day of prom, or the day before prom, the Friday before prom, because our prom was on Saturday. And here are a whole bunch of juniors, there's like 6 of us, in the middle of the gym floor blowing up these stupid balloons. We were recruiting bored middle schoolers because the middle school had a dance that Friday night, and they had come over to see why the lights in the gym were on, like to make sure they didn't need to tell one of the teachers, hey, somebody's left all the lights on in the gym. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, we're bored. Can we stay here and blow up balloons? Here's a package of balloons. You can't leave until they're blown up. You now belong to us, you little 7th graders. And so we blew up balloons until about 5 o'clock that Friday, and then we all went home to eat and come back. And I swear we didn't leave there until 10, 11 o'clock that night, and they still weren't done. And so the next morning, I was set to babysit up until um, around noon. And then I dropped her off so I could start getting ready for prom. And I go, guess what we're doing today? What? We're blowing up balloons. I tried her along to go back to the school and blow up more balloons. And so for we were there, we're like, we would never inflict this kind of torture on the junior class ever. No, we inflicted something worse. I just don't remember what it was. I remember the balloons because I was involved with it. And
Yeah.
so for senior year, for like the way ours works is we have our freshman year, we do these time capsules. And it's an English project, and you get it back the day of graduation practice. And so you're like, all these seniors are spread out all over, and um, looking through our time capsule. And I went around because all of us who had been on the prom that were blowing up balloons are actually kind of in one area, which was very helpful. And I gave them each a little like a little like necklace box I had picked up like at Dollar Tree,
Yeah.
and inside of it was a single balloon. They all they opened it, closed it, and all started chucking them at me. And then they go, wait a minute, I want my balloon back. And so a couple of them taped them into their yearbook and brought them back over to me. And I wrote a note in there about balloons or something. So next year being our 15-year class reunion, I don't know how many of them are coming, but I'm highly thinking about just buying a package of balloons and doing the same thing and wrapping up but like a balloon for everybody that was, and I'll probably get bruised because they'll come punch me or throw them at me again. They'll be like, really? I am still traumatized from 16 years ago. It's been 15 years since our junior prom, Roxana.
That's crazy.
We both had to stop for a second. Wow, yeah, it actually has been.
I
Uh,
had to ask, I'm like, okay, wait, carry the one. Yeah, that's right.
the only reason I could actually come up with it that fast is that next year is our 15-year class reunion, and this year would have been 14, which means 15 years ago was junior year.
Yeah.
I came up with that pretty quick for someone who's not good at math. Yes,
Yeah.
Maddie, food is good.
For for my junior and senior prom, it was at a banquet hall, and then my school would um, rent out this like dinner cruise ship. We would take buses, head over to Navy Pier, and had this like kind of like after prom party, but on like a dinner cruise ship. And the
Fun.
prom would continue on, and we would go around Lake Michigan, and they would have like different like appetizers on like each level of this boat, and
Oh, wow, that's cool.
each level of the boat had like different styles of like music playing. So it was just like it was fun. It was really fun.
Our after prom was in the gym where the prom was. Everybody left at because prom was till 11, and
Yeah,
then you left to go change out of the dress and heels that you were really sick of wearing 30 minutes after you were in it, because you've been, for at least us girls, we had been at the hairdresser and getting our nails done and doing our makeup, and we had been, it took more time to take it all down than it did to put it all on.
yeah,
And um so we all went home and changed, and of course all the girls, our hair is still up because we've paid 50-60 bucks for our hair to be done. We'll sleep in it for the next month if we have to. And um so then we went back, and both years ours was a casino theme, and it was just in the gym. And
yeah,
then they had brought in these big inflatable obstacle courses, and our after prom was put on by the Parents Advisory Council. And so it was it kind of like our senior skip day is a school sponsored senior skip day. It's actually a field trip to an arcade with bumper cars, and if you don't go, you have to be at school. And if you do a regular senior skip day, you don't graduate.
oh yeah. We were allowed to
Uh,
have regular senior skip day, but we had to like call in sick or whatever.
Yeah, ours was a school sanctioned senior skip day. And it didn't matter if you were 17 or 18, you had to ride the bus. You couldn't drive. But at prom, if you were 18 or older, you could leave early.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you couldn't leave until after prom was over. And so a whole bunch of us who were seniors, we were already 18.
yeah,
Probably 10 of us turned 18 in the between July and October. We were just, we were either, so a few people decided to hold back and like, because we had all gotten along really well in preschool. So they held everyone kind of in the same cluster. So we all checked out of after prom, and we actually went cruising Main Street and went, and a couple people knew the owners of, it was called the Big Scoop. It burned down about 5 years ago now. And they called the owners of the Big Scoop and said, there's a whole bunch of us from prom that are hungry. The girls haven't really eaten today because they've been in their dresses since noon. And so they actually came and opened up the ice cream burger shop. And the girls got to eat. We were pretty pumped. Uh, Bill says, I feel so old. This year it's 40 years since I graduated high school. I think it was my mom's 50th class reunion this year. Maddie says, I wonder what my prom will be like. Maddie, you aren't allowed to go to prom. Sorry, hun. I'm going to lock you up in a tower so you never get any older. Because I don't know what I'm going to do when you graduate. I'll probably cry. because you make me feel old. Because I remember when Sam and I moved back from Washington and Maddie hadn't been around us that much and she didn't know what to do with me and Sam. She didn't know who these people were.
Yeah.
And so I had actually brought a present and I used it to bribe her to sit on my lap. And I got her a light bright. Oh, Maddie, don't give me that. You know I love you. You'll be beautiful. And I'm sure that, and see, Maddie's mom actually helped me pick out my senior prom dress. So you've got, your mom will help you get the perfect dress just like she did me. But I gave her a light bright and she loved me after that. I have a way with kids. And Kelly from the Mickey Bunch. Hello. How are you doing today? Another fantastic channel. Make sure to check them out and make sure to check out all of the channels who are in here. Life with Roxana. She is on a roll, y'all. It seemed like she's on fire over here. She went from 400 to 500 and she is on a roll towards that 600. If I'm not careful, she's going to come up behind me and go,
I,
and I'm going to be back here going, don't forget about me when you reach 1K. Bye.
you're gonna be in my rearview mirror, and I'd be like, "Bye, see you at
Right. Right? It's going to be like, you won't be able to hear me. Like, you won't be able to see me wave or anything.
I'll be like, see you at the 1K finish line."
Right? Josh goes to Disney. Hello, welcome in. You have missed a whole bunch of fun stuff. We've been talking about prom.
Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, last month I was hovering between like the 350s, and then out of nowhere I went to 400, and then I went to 500. Now I'm at like, I'm almost at, I'm like 534 or something like that. I don't know. I lost track. Um,
You're just doing awesome.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the like subscribers and views. I'm like, oh my goodness, where have you guys been hiding?
Right? I'm I in all the drama that happened in the past couple months, I dropped about 15 and I'm back up to and I've dropped 2 today because I was at 670 and now I'm back down to 667. So I'm hovering around the 670s. It'll be nice when I can actually go through it and
Yeah,
hopefully not play this like up and down game for a while. But I mean, and this is kind of what I told Sam, and I think I talked to Kelly about this too. Okay, bye. Do good on your schoolwork. Love you, sweet pea. Is that I want to give my best, and I'm sure you agree with this, Roxana.
yeah,
Whether I have one subscriber, which means that my husband would have unsubscribed, and we would have to have a chat. Uh, but whether I have one subscribers or 100,000, I want to give my best to whoever is subscribed. Meme Cat Do 65, hello, welcome in. Um, I want to give my best to whoever is subscribed, whether it's whether I've got 10, 9, 10 people watching my live stream or like some of the bigger channels who have several thousand that are watching. I want to make sure that my best is always 100% no matter how many people I have.
yeah. Like, you can tell when someone starts off strong, and then they're like on this high roller coaster ride, and then they're at the peak, and then they like tank down because their heart and soul is not put into it. And
Mhm.
versus someone who goes through their ups and downs, but their heart, you can tell that their heart and soul is being put into it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Cause like there was a time where like my channel just was plateauing and I just wasn't growing. I'm just frustrated, and there have been times, and Cat's one of my partner channels, um, where I would be like, I dude, I'm so frustrated, I'm not growing, and she'd be like, calm down, you're awesome, you'll get to your next milestone. It'll just take time, and yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Blaine 2007 Really Creative Travel, welcome in. And speaking of travel, I posted something on my Instagram yesterday, um, and today is 226 days till Christmas. And if you are interested in booking my allergies, and I've got Peach's hair sticking to my nose. Peaches is my cat, if you're new to the channel. It's 226 days to Christmas, and I am ready to help you book your Christmas trips to all of our fun theme parks, or if you're needing a hotel or rental car for that trip to grandma or auntie's, make sure and you can shoot me a message on Instagram. All of the links are in the about section of my channel page. Excuse me. And Blaine says, I had my first live yesterday. It went well, but dang, chat moves fast and I missed comments. That is actually why I like StreamYard. StreamYard, it holds the chat a little slower on the back end so that I am able to keep up with it easier than the YouTube. And with YouTube, you can't have guests on your live stream, but through StreamYard, I can have up to 5 other people, 6 including myself, at one time.
Yeah.
Where did I live in Washington State? I lived on Joint Base Lewis McChord, which is the military installation, the Army Air Force Base, in between Lacey, Olympia, and Tacoma. So, well, we have been almost to an hour. It's went by so quick. Is there any last minute thoughts that you have, Roxana, before we bounce out for the now?
Honestly, this has been fun. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about is Shanghai Disney. They opened up
They
yesterday.
did.
They
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 did.
had. I think I don't know if they streamed it live. I know that people were recording. Well, people that were there were recording. And
Mhm.
Disney posted on their social media their like clips and videos of like the opening. So that's exciting. That it's good news. It's exciting to see the new direction the parks will be going to. So
Yep. Yep. 100%. Um, I know that it's making a lot of people nervous about what um Josh just says, Roxana, it looks like you don't have shorts on. You might want to grab a blanket.
I've got I've got shorts on. I'm just I have really long legs.
Now you're gonna miss. You're all good. Don't you worry about it.
I have really long legs. It's funny because I'm 5'5". My torso is short, but my legs are really long. So finding bottoms is like a struggle. And it's even more
They're either Daisy Duke shorts or pants. That's
yeah.
kind of where you're at.
So it's just
Yeah.
like so finding bottoms that fit, especially that go over my thighs and booty, is a struggle because
Cargo says, I didn't get the meme that my Roxana was gonna be here.
so
Well, I wasn't 100% sure until this morning. So I was like, because she had mentioned it when we were backstage on her stream, but I hadn't confirmed with her until this morning.
yeah.
And I did post it on my Instagram. So, oh no, you're not. You're blue on both of them, Cargo. And Ange from Does Our Dream has popped in. So many people are like it's weird to go, oh my gosh, there's like nobody on, but like then so many people start to pop on because of their lunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that a lot of the people wearing masks at Shanghai Disney, like several of the groups I'm in, they were just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. And then, hey, I've got someone coming to my door. I will be right back. Roxana, it's all you.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, Lena, and I think what the rest of the world doesn't realize is that wearing a mask is a common practice in Asian culture, and they're used to wearing a mask. And obviously, here in the States and everywhere else, we're not used to having to wear a mask unless you're in a medical field, and you're working at like a hospital or a doctor's office, and your job requires you to wear a mask. Um, but yeah, see, they're used to wearing a mask, and for us here in the States, when Disney World and Disneyland open up, whenever that may be, we're going to have to adjust to wearing a mask. And with me being from Illinois, Illinois has mandated mask wearing. So it, it's something it's the new normal that we're all going to have to adjust to. Um, you know, Places like China and Japan, it's a cultural thing for them to wear a mask, so they're used to seeing people walking about with a mask on, and we're not. So that's kind of like the thing that people really need to understand. So
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And you're right, it is more of a cultural norm in China for people to wear masks. They already sell them in the parks over there, which is why I think they didn't have um like it wasn't a big deal for them to end up putting them on Shop Disney. It's something they already produced for a different park.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's something we're going to have to get used to here in the States. Do I think mask wearing will be a permanent thing? I don't think so. I think until a cure or some sort of vaccine comes about and people feel more safe, um, I think at some point in the distant future, mask wearing will be optional. But
Yeah.
for now, it's a temporary, you must wear type of situation.
Yep. Well, guys, thank you so much for dropping in. That phone call was my husband. He is on his way home from work and he wants lunch. I don't understand why. I mean, whatever. So, thank you so much for stopping in, and we will see you on Thursday. And don't forget to go check out Life with Roxana. Have a great day and make it special. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
And of course, the button doesn't work. There we go.